It's Monday. It's late. Guys, Facebook. Namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Let me fix my friggin' mic. I'm so out of proportion tonight. Happy Monday to you. I know it's late. Better late than never. But for my West Coast crowd, how you doing? You guys doing good? And speaking of the West Coast, well, first let me get to my point here. Get to my point. It's National Be Someone Day. That's fitting, you know, because whatever you're being, you're bringing. So when you adapt that being that you've always wanted to be, you start being that being, therefore create that being, if that makes sense. But happy Monday to you. And I've been marinating on this shit for a couple, 3 days because I wanted to bring it in the most powerful way. Because people just don't get it. Not you, Meatball. You guys are watching. You guys obviously... you get it in some sensitive fashion, but I didn't get it either. People don't understand the immense power that we have. The immense power that we have to virtually create something out of frigging nothing just by our thought about it. Just by our daily perception of that being someone, we're going to create that someone. And an interesting memory popped up that is so relevant to tonight's show, but I'm going to get right to the quote box. Right to my story, because a lot of you guys are on your pillow with a normal life. Me, I'm living my life on my terms, how I want to live it. So if I want to relax in the afternoon and take a napsy and have it turn into a 3-hour napsy, that's just my life. It's how I live it. But the quote box tonight is powerful, from a Pulitzer Prize, get the syllables out, Pulitzer Prize winning author. She actually penned The Color Purple, and it's so profound. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. Indeed, that's from Alice Walker. Great movie, The Color Purple. It just showed the ignorance of the past and how we've come so far in a lot of ways. A lot of people don't believe that, but indeed we have come so far. But getting back to my point here, and this should hopefully inspire you guys to realize that indeed we can create whatever we want. We just got to put direct emphasis on it, get our priorities straight. That when you stop blaming, you start gaining. You stop blaming the world for your troubles, and the things that you can create from that, out of bounds, man. You start jacking the universe with all kinds of different vibrations and of accomplishment and achievement. Life is absolutely amazing. But a memory popped up on my Facebook the other day, I think it was yesterday, of an event that literally changed my life. And that's why I said for my West Coast people out there, how you doing? I mean, my daughter, my oldest one, Victoria, who lives with me now, she's a blessing in my life, as all my kids are. They're all grown up now, but 9 or 10 years ago, they were just, hitting their early 20s per se. And Tori had sent me a text. She goes, I won. I'm like, well, what the hell did you win, Meatball? Well, what'd you win? I won a beauty contest here in the state for Miss Amazing, which I think that's actually still going on now. Miss Amazing, I mean, that this foundation created by a former beauty pageant winner. I can't remember her name. I apologize, but check out Miss Amazing. It's a great cause. This was their first beauty pageant for the area of not special needs, but people with special abilities. There you go. To give it a better frame, to give you guys an idea, because we're all special, man. There's no specialness, but we all have this uniqueness. And this lady came up with Miss Amazing as a special part of that uniqueness for these special kinds of people, which we all are, for crying out loud. But Tori had texted me. She goes, I won. I was like, great. What'd you win? She goes, I won a beauty contest. I said, good for you. You're beautiful, man. This is awesome. And mind you, this is me living in the 12 by 12. Not having a pot to piss in, but still being able to piss in a pot. In other words, I was still coherent to the outside world, but still relishing in my past. That kind of woe is me. I play the Stratocaster every day when I awoke. The woe is me in life. But she said, Dad, I won this contest and they're having the finals. I'm like, great, where are they having it? In Los Angeles. I'm like, okay. It's like, that's awesome. And I felt terrible. I was like, I can't do anything about this right now. Listen to my words. I can't do anything about this. Indeed. She goes, well, Mom said that you will bring me. And I looked at and I thought of my ex. I'm like, well, why'd you do that? At the time, mind you. So, Tori was depending on me to get her out to the finals of this beauty pageant they were having in Los Angeles. Mind you, I didn't even own a car. I had mentioned a few shows back that my dear friend Darren had let me borrow his car because my car at that time was repoed because I could not pay, and I was giving all my money for child support at the time. So I took one for the team on that one. But in essence, what I had to come up with were thousands of dollars to get my oldest and my middle out to LA to do this pageant. Wow, I had to really bring up my thought process to the third power. So back then there was no GoFundMe. I had no GoFundMe. What I had to come up with was a unique way to really intrigue people to help us out with this project. Basically, I said, Tori, I'll get a banquet table. You get all your medals from Special Olympics. She had like 100 of them, literally. I said, we'll get photos of you in all your tournaments and doing this and that. She was really active back then with all the Special Olympics, literally gold. She was a gold winner, big time, big time. I said, let's use this to your advantage. So we set up banquet tables at all these different locations, gas stations, donut shops, we didn't care. And I had Tori, I said, dress up like Miss Amazing and be Miss Amazing. And sure enough, we raised enough for her and I and my middle daughter to join us on that trip to LA. How we did it, I don't know. I owned one pair of jeans and one dress-up shirt at the time. Literally, body was falling apart, teeth were falling out. What a friggin' mess that was. But we got out there. We got the flights, we got the hotel. And the problem was the hotel didn't serve breakfast. That was the only problem, mind you. So I had to walk from the airport, I think the Marriott at LAX. I had to walk 3 miles every day up to the Wawa. You from LA know LAX to Wawa. You wouldn't dare walk that route now, Meatball. But back then, yeah, it was the most peaceful walk that I've ever had. I literally would walk by and I would touch you had these immense palm trees leading into LAX, and I would touch each one like, wow, how did this grow so beautifully? And I said, wait, how can I grow so beautifully? And I really started thinking, how did I accomplish this in a month and a half, raising thousands of dollars every weekend, Tori and I hitting the banquet table at different locations, getting their permission to raise money, and here we are. This is awesome. That was like the biggest accomplishment I had in years, man. I would say probably decades. In essence, I would take this walk every day, back and forth, for 5 days straight. That is 6 miles, because I didn't have a car, obviously, couldn't get a rent-a-car out there. And in that time, I just realized how beautiful this other side of life was in LA. And I said, wait, there's got to be a different way to this. And I remember bringing my journal that the people at one of my jobs gave me as a Christmas gift. I said, wait, I'm going to start journaling that. So every day during the competition phase, the 5 days that we were there, we had break time. And the girls and I would hop on this free bus, head over to Manhattan Beach. And to me, absolutely beautiful. You guys out there on the West Coast got it made when it comes to the scenery and the beaches out there. Absolutely stunning. The Pacific is beautiful. The girls romped in the water, did their thing, and I sat there on the pier in Manhattan Beach and journaled this new life that I wanted to create. I said, wait, maybe this stuff actually works. Because I put my mind to something out there, and really, mind you, I was just the inspirational, motivational guy back then. I got jacked, I used to listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger as I used to walk this 3 miles back and forth on his perseverance on how he became who he was. And so there's got to be a better way. And there in essence, the science factor started kicking in. And I started journaling the life I wanted when I got back. I started journaling what I wanted to create and all these different opportunities in my life. And it's amazing because spending the week there, journaling all of this, dictating it, and really thinking about it, I get back and there's 2 job offers on my message machine. How did these things happen? It blows my mind back then. Now, it's not coincidence, Meatball. It's your energy direction. It's your belief in yourself. And what I want to show you or explain to you guys tonight and introduce you to, which some of you may know, a guy named Daryl Anka. I forgot what he goes by the state name, Bashra. So forgive me, Daryl, if I mispronounced it. But this guy, 20 or 30 years ago, would have been way out there with his teachings. But what he was explaining is the immense power that we have. And I hope that this inspires you guys to realize the immense power that you have, that we all have, to change our situation. But it all requires, from the inside out direction of our thought process, our perspective, how we see things is how we bring things in our life. And I didn't realize that a decade ago. And that's what I mean. I always talk about how that this past decade has really changed me physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. I mean, up 2 or 3 tax brackets from where I was before. Believe me, just enjoying life. We all deserve this, man. We all deserve to realize the immense power that we have, but we have to tell it what we want on a constant basis. We have to direct that energy every day. Tell the universe every day, this is who I am. This is what I'm being today. Give it to me. I deserve it. Indeed, we all deserve it. We all deserve the life that we want, man. We all deserve the abundance this life has. We're not simpletons and peasants like we were taught in Scripture and everything else to, go against the judgment of the Lord. No, bullshit. Bullshit. The Bible is instruction. It's not dictation. It's us being our best self. If you really understood what they were trying to tell us back then and how it was dictated by other people, you'd be immensely surprised. And what Daryl said, I'm going to go in the spiritual sense of the power that we have. Then I'll go into the psychological way that they're explaining it now. All of a sudden now everything's starting to change. Everybody's changing their perspective. And then here I am with my little fingers, actually my big fingers. I'm going to explain to you guys. Don't give yourself compliments there, meatball. But Daryl said, the universe doesn't have a mind of its own. You're in charge. How many of you actually believe that? I'm going to go on. Just listen to that first line. I'm going to read it again. The universe doesn't have a mind of its own. You're in charge. It supports you unconditionally. Indeed, we have our own cheering section, but we have to give it instruction every day. Life is meaningless. We give it life by our thought about it. Life is meaningless. We give it life by our thought about it. In other words, life is like this. Where the hell is it, man? Life is like this. Nothing. Shit. Empty canvas, empty paper every day. And how we see it every day and how we think of it every day dictates it, because it's our life. It's not anybody else's, but our life. So ask yourself, who are you being today? He goes on to say, we decide what the meaning is, and the meaning we give it determines how we experience it. And that should be proof of free will. I mean, they don't directly say free will in Scripture. They call it the will of God, per se. But if God dwells within us, and it states that factually in Scripture, then what are they saying, meatball? I mean, really, it's just, you got to get past the esoteric language of Scripture and understand what these guys were telling us, the Daryls and the Platos and everybody, all these philosophers out there, is that we are our own self-fulfilling prophecy. But we have a choice to what kind of prophecy we're creating every day, what kind of life we want to create. If you decide that something is going to be experienced negatively, for crying out loud, I can't even say it tonight. If you decide that something is going to be experienced crappy, that's a better way of saying it. I can't get my syllables out tonight. Absolutely, that's what you're going to experience. So I spent the first 35, 40 years of my life being taught how to experience life on a negative level. And really, that's exactly what I was brought up in. But when I stopped blaming life for my troubles and realized that I took that spoon-fed theory and beliefs and shifted it, that's when everything started to change. We have the ability to expunge anything we were taught. It takes repetition indeed. But beliefs are like a virus in our friggin' skull. If taken in a negative way. I'm not going to say negativity. I just said it there, meatball. If not taken in a negative way. We can change our belief system. All I had to do, I thought it was perseverance that got us to Cali. No, it was my belief. I said, wait, I made the choice, damn it, my kid's going to go to Cali. She deserves experiences. And Victoria came in second in the whole country. I mean, I was able to give them those memories, and my Olivia had a chance to do all the makeup and all her. I mean, this is what I mean. You tell yourself you're going to have something. You believe in it. You give a direct emphasis and focus on it. It's going to happen. But you have to believe in it. You have to believe in what you want in life. And life is going to give it to you. Because the universe is basically an open shell. Our universe, our creation, in essence, what we bring out every single day is what we're going to bring in life. And universe synonyms is creation and nature. So we're just going by the laws of nature. The laws of nature that have been in place that nobody really knew about. Yeah, they believed in karma there, Meatball. They believed in karma was, going to get you if you don't watch out. Well, we're our own karma as well. That's just the laws of nature in action. And when you understand the laws and you start realizing that those are the laws you should worship, the laws of nature, the laws of vibration, attraction. I mean, you should be worshiping these things every single day with gratitude and love and knowing that you have the ability to create something out of thin air, but you have to make the choice to do it. And his way of explaining this in a spiritual sense is amazing. But now in a physical sense, and then I'll let you guys go enjoy your Monday. I got to go to do my laundry, man. I got to have dinner and do my laundry at 10:28 p.m. But that's my life. You guys pick the kind of life that you want. You live by that. You attract all the people and situations and circumstances, which you've already done now. But if you're not happy with it, choose your way of life. Dictate it. Explain it. Show the universe that every day. Watch how the weight gets lifted off your friggin' chest. That you're not abiding by rules, but you're creating your own. Therefore, the laws of attraction, the laws of nature kick into effect there, Meatball. And they kind of attract the right people, situations, and circumstances to match everything in your life. That's the beauty of it. When you create how the life you want to be, and you live that every day, that's what's going to start coming at you. I wanted a life of peace and free will at my own terms, and I'm living that. We all deserve to live that. We all deserve to expunge with those beliefs that hurt us and harm us and create this disease of the mind, which in essence creates the disease in the body. So let it go, man. Now, according to psychology, the medical field that wants to keep bringing it back like a frequent flyer, man. They want to come see us and give us your problem. No. According to psychology, your mind is always searching for proof of what you believe. That's that thing, between your left and right ear, the Meatball. The brain is this amazing tool, but it's just waiting for instruction. The mind is your Google, but your brain is a physical aspect of it. If you tell yourself that things are always going wrong, your brain will focus on every setback, subconscious mind, every setback, every small inconvenience, and use them as evidence to confirm your narrative. Indeed. What you focus on, you bring upon. I could have focused on the fact that I didn't have a pot to piss in. And I could have said, Tori, there's no way we're getting to Cali. And no, I took balls to the wall. I pulled the old pants up and I said, wait, let's figure out a way to do this for you. Even though I was never really thinking of myself back then. I knew that it could have been a powerful experience for them. But getting back to what psychology said now, it's not life that is objectively worse, is that your brain is doing its job, seeking to reinforce the story I've underscored that, chosen to tell. Really think about that. It's not that life is objectively worse. Think about this. How is your life right now? Your brain is just doing its job, matching up what you constantly feed it, therefore directing your attention to it, therefore emitting your energy from it, and creating feelings from it. This is what I mean about the laws of nature. This is the physicality of it, creating your reality on a physical plane. He goes on to say, but here's the key. It works the other way as well. If you start asking yourself, how can things be better? It's like I started asking myself, how can I get my kids to Cali? Ways started popping up. Creative ways, objective ways, positive ways to create this event. That goes with anything in life. Ask and ye shall receive. Seek and ye shall find, and friggin' knock and the door will be opened up for you. That's exactly what they're saying on a psychological sense. But in a scriptural sense, it's the same friggin' thing. You go from spiritual to physical. indeed to your reality. So it's something for you guys to really ponder. And to finish up that psychological part or psychology part, your brain will begin to look for those answers. In essence, what you give it. It's all about changing your story and shifting your perception. Psychology is amazing. Spirituality is amazing. You combine the two, you have a power tool that will change your life. But it's up to you to make the conscious choice every day to make that decision. A dear friend of mine sent me a picture of August as Gratitude Journaling Month. That's great. God bless you. I mean, journaling for me was the blueprint in my life. It gave me a sense of direction. And back then, mind you, when I came up with the idea to help Victoria and my other one get to Cali to do this, there was no journaling going on. It was just a thought process. But I mean, when I got there, you don't realize the immense power that you have, that you literally created this event in such a short amount of time. That's called a quantum leap. So it's simplified. Now do it with your life quantifiable on a mass scale. Really think about it for yourself. Really understand that you have the power. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. We've been taught to believe that there's some objective out there that we can't do this and we can't do that. That's bullshit. You believe what you want. But I love bringing stories like this and situations like this and facts like this and both a spiritual and a medical sense to realize that it's all combined into one beautiful little fuzzball at our convenience. So guys, really think about it for yourself. Happy Monday to you, America's Mentor _radio on Instagram, at America's Mentor on X, the porn and politics specialty site. Guys, join me on YouTube. Much love to YouTube. # America's Mentor. And following on Facebook, guys. You guys really jack the followers, man. I mean, this is what I mean. You give your life this objective. Look at it through a different lens, and it's going to start giving you exactly what you're looking at, guys. So happy Monday to you. Enjoy. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.